Hi friends, Svava Brooks here. How are you doing? If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for viewing. I'm abuse survivor coach and I'm here 5 times per week supporting survivors on the journey towards thriving. Every day we are talking about one day at a time in the book, Releasing Your Authentic Self. My book is available on Amazon or Kindle. Hey friends, thanks for joining. How are you today? Good to see you. And we'd love to have anybody here that's watching the replay to join us. We are a good group. Yes, we are. I'm doing pretty good. I think today is going to be one of those wobbly days. It's been a good day. It's been rainy and windy. Your favorite day? What day is it? What's your favorite day? You like the weather? Windy, rainy? Hey, Sue. Wobbly. Yes, yes, you do. We like to be silly here and we laugh at ourselves, right? Life is way too serious. We need to make fun of ourselves a little bit too. All good fun. Exactly. Hey Sue, how are you doing? Rob's here. Anybody else that's joining us, welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself. It does? Feel free to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from. We'd love to welcome you. Hey LaDonna, you're hanging in there, my friend Sue. Hey friends. Hey gang. Good, good. I've been sending you love today. Been sending you love. I'm so proud of each and every one of you guys sticking through this, showing up, doing this work. Good. Hey, LaDonna. Good to see you. I'm glad. And I'm telling you guys now, and I may tell you again, anytime you just need a little love and support, just drop into your heart. Just go into your heart, and that's where you will find me. Always. Just think of me. So if I'm not thinking about you guys, I'm sending you energy. I'm practicing my Reiki. Just sending love out to the universe. So what are you guys up to today? This day went by in a hurry. Like most days lately, watching my daughter pack in her boxes, getting things ready to go in the truck on Sunday, email Sue, yep. Yeah, that's what I was doing today too. And then you get some emails and phone calls that you weren't planning on, and I'm multitasking. Yes, Rob, it certainly makes it real. So LaDonna, you're running errands? Is it windy and rainy down where you are? Portland felt like Iceland today. It's rare that I hear the wind howling kind of in the windows. And as I was sitting here at my desk, I was like, wow, I feel like I'm back in Iceland. It's sprinkling. Nice. Nice. And I feel like overnight the trees are starting to turn green. So I can't wait for them to turn all the different colors. Thanks, Rob. Yes, Facebook brought up a memory of my daughters, and so I had to share it. Of course, I love my babies. So I had to share it. Don't get so many pictures of them anymore. Especially my son. He's like, all right, no photos. So I usually get one like on birthdays and holidays. Spring is still ticking here, dark at nearly 6 p.m., right? Well, what is it? I was just talking to my friend in Iceland. In like a week or so, that's when the day is going to be as long as the night, right? It's coming up. Yes, LaDonna, right? You saw the daffodils actually grow, right? Equinox, thank you, Sue. I knew there was a word for that. So, thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's coming up. That's what I remember from living in Iceland. And I actually noticed that moving up here to Oregon compared to California is that how much earlier it got dark here in the wintertime, and also how much later it stays up brighter in the evening in the summer. So did I reverse that? Whatever. You know what I mean. But in Iceland, that was hard. Just like 4 hours of daylight in the like December, January, February. So, and then it's fast forward and clocks go forward, and then it's summer. Yes, changes more quickly too. Yeah, Sue was just asking when the time changes here. I'm not sure if it's this weekend or coming up soon. I think it's coming up soon. I need to confirm that, and then I'll let you guys know if it, when our clocks all get changed. So, all right. So are we ready, guys? Rob, it's so nice to have you in the group. Thank you for putting a picture up. It just was so nice to get to see you. And we're so glad that you're in our safe space now, the chit chat. And also, thank you guys so much for all the love. Yes, you were hiding a little bit, and that's okay. You needed to see if we were okay, if we were good enough for you to hang out with, right? Exactly. So we're so glad you're there. Very good. There's some interesting dialogue that goes on around there. Yeah, we all understand, right? Right, my friends? Being cautious, making sure this is for real. We're for real. Exactly. Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. And I know there's people that watch the replays that have emailed me and said, hey, Svava, I love to watch. I love to see the interaction. I'm just not ready to jump in and participate yet. And I tell them, hey, it's okay. We love you. Wherever you are on your journey, feel free to jump in when you're ready. And if you're, not, it's okay. And you're benefiting from this awesome conversation and sharing, and people are definitely appreciating what we're doing here. So thank you guys for showing up and participating with me. So just quickly, my disclaimer, right, guys, that for anyone watching the replay and that is new here, please be gentle with yourself. And I will, okay, you led one of the Amazon reviews. Was that you? I suspected that was you, Rob. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for putting that up there. Yes, you guys maybe saw it on Facebook today. I was super excited. I got 2 reviews for my book today, one on Amazon, and the other one was I belong to a ACEs Connection community where people are talking about the ACE. Yes, true this for sharing. Thank you. And so I post my blogs. Oh, you did, Sue? You left one too? Oh gosh, you guys, I gotta go. I don't get notification from Amazon when I get reviews, so I'm gonna go check it out. But I also got another one from on another for both my books. Oh my gosh, my heart sings right now. Can you guys hear it? Can you hear it? but it was so sweet. She uses it, the book for herself, and she uses it for she's some kind of practitioner and uses it with her clients. Name of Dormouse. Now I'm confused. You guys, sometimes when the things that you guys say will go over my head, but you have to help me out here. But thank you for doing that. Thank you. It feels great. Yes. Yes. I started writing that blog 3 years ago, and at first when I was just putting it out there, you know, trying to be consistent, and it's like, I wonder if anybody's reading this. I wonder. And then every now and then I'll, you know, it's interesting, sometimes I will get a slew of emails, but sometimes people like, just wanted to send you a note today, Svava, and tell you how meaningful your blog is or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, people are reading it. So, but it's interesting, not everybody will put a like or a comment or whatever. So sometimes I don't know. And I've learned just to let go of attachment to it. I trust that I am writing for someone. And a few of my clients have actually come to me after reading a blog where they said, Svava, were you writing this for me? Because you were just speaking to me specifically in this blog. And after that, I knew I had to do some more work with you. Well, thanks, Sue. Thank you. Yeah, I know a few people here. So, but thank you. I know it's reaching far and wide, and I'm very proud of it. And did I tell you guys what happened when I was in Alaska about my book? Thank you. Did I tell you guys what happened in Alaska? I ran into someone. Aw, thank you, Sue. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. So when I was in Alaska, I thought I told you guys this. I came home and I was so excited to tell my family about this. When I was in Alaska, you guys were there with me, so you remember. I don't always bring my books with me when I travel, because when I'm representing Darkness to Light, I represent Darkness to Light, right? But this time, in the beginning, I had a copy of my Journey to the Heart book. It's a lighter book. This one is a little heavier to carry with you. And I told them, you know, what I do, and I also, you know, I've written a couple books, and here's one of them. If you want to come up on the lunch break and learn more about it, I'd be happy to tell you, yada, yada, yada. And then I went into the training. And then on my lunch break, one of the women in the training came up and she said, Svava, when you held up your book, I just about fell off the chair, because she is going through a master's in social work or something like that in Alaska. And she was like, in my class last week, one of my fellow students brought a copy of your book to class and was telling all of us about it and said, hey guys, have you seen this book? Have you heard about it? You have to buy it. You have to give it to your clients. And she was just like, I could not believe it, that here you are a week later and I'm taking a training from you, and I had no idea, you know, who you were, or even when I saw this book a week ago. So, yes, I was like, oh my God. So of all places, right? Here I am, literally in the middle of nowhere, like teeny tiny town in Alaska. And there she was like, oh my gosh, she was like starstruck, you know. So there it is. Because you know what, when I was packing for that trip, I was like, wait a minute, I think I'm supposed to bring a couple books. And it's like, oh, why? You know, I'm not going to be selling these books or talk about being a survivor, you know. Well, I'm just going to put them in my suitcase just in case, right? And there you go. So I was super excited about it. And it was so funny because I have talked to other people that are in social work and work with people. And I told her, I've actually had someone ask me if I had like a facilitator guide. So people can use it, therapists could use it, if I can give them some suggestions, or if they're leading support groups, that they can use the book for groups. And I told her, yeah, I've actually been thinking about it. And when I said that, she was like, you know, I was just about to suggest that that would be very, very powerful. So I told her that's another project for Svava, a list of very long things that I want to do to make the world a better place. So I need you guys' help, right, guys? Help me get the word out. So I'm so grateful. Thank you for your testimonies for the book. It means a lot to this heart here. And as a single person with not $1 million marketing budget or whatever, every share makes a difference, you know, for me, and who knows who you are supporting if you're sharing the book with somebody else. So thank you. That was my story of the day. But are we ready to jump in? We're talking about love relationships today. I know we have love relationships going on here, but, you know, in-person love relationships. Rob, my life's been filled with those weird coincidences, spooky sometimes. Yes, it is spooky. It is a little spooky sometimes. But I hope you're starting to see I hope they're good spookies, you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you, ever since I decided on my, you know, this kind of started, or maybe I just started noticing it, but in 2003, when I decided that I was ready to become very public about my story and become an advocate, and when I moved my family to Iceland to start the nonprofit there to educate people in Iceland about child abuse, it was like from that moment forward, it's amazing how things kind of, especially when it comes to the issue of helping people, it's like things just kind of show up in front of me. The connections, the right people, the situations, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, right? So, you know, when you're have aligned with what is meant to be, what's meant to happen, it just kind of flows, it happens easily. That's when you know, okay, I think, you know, I just needed to decide I'm going to do this, and then the universe is like, okay guys, she's decided, okay, let's go. Exactly. Expected. And you know, we can also ask for help. We can ask for support from the universe. Exactly. Like your intention. I think I told you guys, I've been reading a really powerful book that really talks about how we are one with the universe and everything in it, even though it's solid, you know, we're solid, and the air in between, it's all the same. And that our thoughts and feelings impact our environment and our world, right? And I've been really taking that to heart and doing some really deep meditations about it. And it's kind of been amazing. And to see that more and more science, actual hard science, is showing that this is accurate, how we can change our world with our thoughts and our intention. And I think I've definitely said this here before, that the language of the universe is our emotions, our feelings. Like, it's like our emotions are what projects out. I want love, poof, right? I'm grateful for love, poof, I put that out there. But if I'm restricted and constricted, yes, exactly. There you go, quantum physics. I'm not a physics geek at all, but some of this stuff, you know, when you read it, I just sit and go, and it's like, you know it in your heart. You just know it in your heart. So, and this is also part of what fuels me to be here with you guys. I know I'm going off on a tangent today, is that I want to support you guys and to really pull in and recognize this power that you have, that you already inside of you, you know, you come locked and loaded, fully equipped with everything that you need to heal, restore, and have this magnificent, wholehearted life. We do. We all do. We just need to kind of clear out the junk, the gunk that's on the windshield. There's so much junk in front of our eyes and in front of our brain, the junk from the past, that we can't see through it. There you go. We need to dust off our antenna and clean off the windshield wipers so we can actually see and really intend, you know. So that's what I get excited about, and that's what I want for you guys. I'm really intending. I'm using my superpower to intend for you guys. And I have the feeling you want to play or you wouldn't be here. So thanks guys for bearing with me. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for loving me for being me. I'm gonna show you guys what's possible, what you guys are capable of. Yes, yes, we got this. Awesome. All right, now let's get to the book. Thanks, friend. Thank you. And so are you. I receive it fully. Thank you. More and more, I know how powerful I am, right? Yes, thank you. And I'm passing it on, that superpower, to you guys. So where are we? What page are we on, guys, today? We're gonna talk about love in our relationships. I love to share in the Facebook already. And I'm loving the hearts. I didn't put love in the hashtag today, otherwise we would have rainbow hearts. But let's see what we're doing here. The condition of your love, relationships, and friendships tells you everything you need to know about your authentic self. If you're not happy with these relationships, you're not being true to your authentic self. Create relationships that make you happy. That's what it feels like to live every day as your authentic self. Love it, right? We talked a little bit about this yesterday. You know, you guys can't make me happy. My husband can't make me happy. My children can't make me happy. My cat can't make me happy, right? I make me happy. That's my choice. I have to choose that. Nothing out here will make me happy if I don't want to, if I don't think I can, if I don't believe I can. Right? So let's talk about it. What do your love relationships look like? If you're not in one, let's talk about your friendships. And do your friends treat you with respect and kindness? We've talked about this a few times where some of us have been, you know, hanging out with people that necessarily weren't good for us. And maybe we didn't even notice in the beginning and for a while, right? Because it was like, this was normal. We're used to being pushed around or people taking advantage of us or using us, or we'll do anything to make, you know, other people happy because we thought that's how we were going to be happy, right? And maybe the resentment grew, right? That's definitely the first 10 years of my marriage. So any thoughts, guys? What do your love relationships look like? Do your friends treat you with respect and kindness? I'm gonna have a sip of my tea. And of course, feel free to share if you want to. If you don't, that's okay too. You have a lack of friends. I hear you, Rob. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. That's a good awareness. Maybe is that something you want to do something about, or are you okay with it? But you say lack, so maybe you want more. Sue, I've moved away from unhelpful friendships, chosen my friends pretty carefully. Good. So grateful for my husband's huge support. LaDonna, awesome. But in retrospect, I now realize which were caring. Okay, good. So Rob, you can look back and see, you know, maybe who were the real friends that you had around, right? And part of, you know, the healing journey is to start to recognize, you know, maybe we have, you know, been isolating a little bit, which is normal after we've been growing up in an environment maybe where our boundaries weren't honored and we weren't respected, and so it felt very, very risky to go out there and look for friends, right, or build other new relationships. But you know, we do need people, and part of our healing is to challenge ourselves a little bit, to try to connect with, find people that have things in common, like us, right? Find your tribe, don't give up. So, and it's good practice because we need connection. We need people. Finding how you don't value them above maybe others that seem more exciting or dramatic. Interesting. So, yeah, so maybe the ones that were maybe steady and consistent. Exactly. We do know what drama means. Yes, we do know. Exactly. Because maybe that drama is what we associated with as being a good friend, right? Because that's what we grew up with. That was in our comfort zone. That was our norm, right? So, and Sue, it sounded like you have selected. You made some good friends through your cycling. Great. I was just about to say. You probably have started to make some new friends through the new hobby that you've taken up. So good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. And LaDonna, I can relate, you know, being a mom. Exactly. Your cycle gang looks lovely. They do. They do. All packed up in clothes and like a little wind blown in your faces sometimes, but you all look smiling and happy outdoors. So LaDonna, I was saying, yeah, cold. I can relate to, you know, feeling that, you know, blessed to have a husband that is your friend and your support. That's definitely how I feel today too. Definitely feel very, very lucky and blessed that we've made it through some really challenging times, and that we are good friends today. Above everything else, we're best friends, and we know each other's weaknesses, we know each other's wounds, we know where we struggle, and you know, make sure that we are kind and gentle and supportive with one another. Even when we have a bad day and things tend to spill over, it's like we course correct quickly. I'm sorry if I'm being grumpy. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm ignoring you. I'm just tired, or I'm just, right? He is nicer than I am sometimes. Aww. Well, I have the feeling that you're nicer than you think you are. We all tend to be so hard on ourselves. Tend to be way hard on ourselves. So don't sell yourself short, LaDonna. No, not at all. So any other thoughts about relationships? I know you're being silly. Sue, I have a good friend who lives next door. We eat together and cook for each other most days. Oh, that's nice. I love that. That's great. Great partnership, supporting one another, being together, since you're alone all the time. I mean, otherwise you'd be alone, since if you're single. Exactly, she's single too. Yes, we all want a piece of the pavlova, for sure. That looked amazing. Did you make that, Sue, or did she? Or was that out and about? She bought it for you. Aw. That's awesome. I have not had one of those in a long time. I used to make them. I love meringue, and I used to bake I used to love to bake. My husband cooks, I do the baking. But I haven't baked as much as I used to since I became vegan, because all my recipes require eggs, and when I try egg substitutions, they don't always work out, especially meringue. So, but I got water in my mouth when I saw that picture. That looked so yummy. So yummy. So beautiful. Beautiful. So any other thoughts, my friends, on how our relationships reflect how we feel about ourselves and how our ability to make ourselves happy? I used to go into hard to fast, easy and not ignore. Oh, got it. Yeah. Anybody else here? Jump in to friendships really quick, really fast, right? Be all in. And then it's like, wait a minute, after a little bit, this may not be as good for me as I'd hoped. I definitely have done that. Yes, for sure, Rob. So that's what we're learning. But I love you on second date guy, but it doesn't work. Aww. I hear you. When you are just a love bug, like the rest of us here, right? We have to learn to be a little more protective of our hearts so that they don't get hurt as much. So just give people a chance, you know, to ease into. Not everybody can handle all this love, Rob. I have one friend who sometimes oversteps the mark at times. Have to not react to avoid drama. Exactly. Yes, because there are those people that will try to throw you off balance, right? Who will try to say something or do something that will stir the pot or, right, create some drama. So good move, Sue. Very smart. But she's a good friend mostly, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Good. So there we go. It's like you can appreciate the person for what she brings to your friendship, but you're also aware of where her boundary issue is, right? Or that's who she is and what she does sometimes, and accept her for who she is. It doesn't mean anything about you that she does that, right? You know that about her, and choose to have her in your life or not, right? So good for you. Good for you. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I think there's two people in my life. Not in my close life, but in my kind of sphere of like family, extended family. There's two people that can sometimes like hook me in where I'm just like, what? You know? But then when I take a step back and I'm like, who is this person again? Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. This is not a surprise. This is not about me. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Yes, and sometimes I don't respond to calls or texts. I'm usually pretty responsive, but to some of those people, nope, not going there. Not gonna try to explain myself or whatever it is. So anytime that hook shows up inside of me, I'm like, okay, what do I have to be reminded of? Why do I make something mean about me? Why do I think I did something? It's like, nope, I didn't do anything wrong. Nope, I'm clear. I'm in the clear here. Nope, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna respond to it. So, but it's, you know, the universe is great. It gives us opportunity to test ourselves. And I think somewhere I read, when you think you've you become enlightened, go hang out with your family, right? Exactly. Not explaining yourself, and no is a complete sentence. Exactly. Exactly. And that's it. And that's kind of how they pull you back in. And both these people are like, will try to explain to me why I should listen to them, or why I should explain to them, why I've just said no, thank you. And it's like, well, they'll go on and on and on. And I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. But you don't see it. But you don't understand. You need to hear. I can see what you're doing. You're not doing this right. It's like, thank you, but no. So, yes, eventually we learn, right? Eventually we learn. Yes, exactly. They are adamant that you're wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I mean, I have to admit, even with my husband, not that, it's not about right or wrong, but sometimes I don't agree with him. And for a long time, he did not like that. If I did not agree with him or see things his way, he would be really like all kind of, upset, or just like, wait a minute, then you're not listening to me. And I'm like, honey, we just have to agree to disagree. I just don't see it this way. I'm okay with you not seeing it my way. Like, I understand your perspective, but it doesn't mean mine is any less valid, right? And I hear you, Sue, when our closest family members, when they think that if we don't agree, that we're also making them wrong. That's the hard part, because, and that's what I told them, honey, I'm okay with you not agreeing with me. Can you be okay with me not agreeing with you? So, or not seeing it the same way, or feeling the same way about something. It's like, it took some time. So, and I think that's kind of the culture that we live in. Yes, I was like my ex, as usually other girls had agreed. Yeah, good. So you learned, right, Rob? And this is the thing, Sue, maybe that you will eventually, or maybe not, we don't know, teach your daughter. It's like, I'm choosing to not agree, right? I'm choosing to, I know it's my truth, right? It doesn't have to be your truth. This is my truth, my experience. No, thank you. Don't want your advice. Dave's extended family is like that. We just try to step away from it. They like to keep it going. Yes. Yes. Not do as I told. I hear you, Sue. I hear you, Sue. I think it's just a little bit a different way of thinking. It's like, unless everybody agrees with me, there's something wrong here. And it's like, no, there's nothing wrong. We're just different. We just see things differently. We feel differently. And that's okay. It's like, don't take it personally, right? And that's where I also, when I empower you guys, if I say something or am suggesting something that you don't agree with, please say something. Please speak up. It's like, Svava, that has not been my experience. So, and I know I'm still learning. Our world is changing. So, yes, girls are trained to be subservient and boys expected to some extent, and that's wrong. Thank you, Rob. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. This is actually where I feel like my girls, my young adult women, girls are educating me a little bit, because I can feel, my worldview can still be a little bit in this old school, like thinking. I think I'm pretty forward thinking and in a lot of my views, but there's still some things that they like, Mom, that's not how, how it should be. Or, so we actually just had a conversation earlier. I'm not going to go into that here, but so I'm still changing and navigating this changing world, because I was raised in, be seen and not heard, right? But trying to navigate that now and raise a boy, right? I'm like a broken record with him. And like I told you guys, I had him read a book about consent. Now that he has a girlfriend or he has got a crush on a girl, really want to make sure that he's a responsible young man, you know, just like I want my girls to feel, you know, to be empowered and responsible for themselves in the world. So this is good stuff, you guys. This is good stuff. Good stuff. So just the last thought. So do we recognize, thanks, Rob, I'm doing what I can. You know, each time I learn something new, I'll try to integrate that into my parenting. So so just like, how can we take responsibility for our happiness and our well-being even in our friendships? Can we really acknowledge that, yes, it's nice to have friends, it's important to connect with people, but yes, our friends can make our life easier and more fun and more enjoyable, but ultimately it's our job, right, to make ourselves happy, to figure out what makes your heart sing, right? Any thoughts on that, you guys? I mean, we live in a world where we are constantly being sold something that we are taught to be unhappy unless we have something outside, that we buy something or have something that's going to make us feel better, right? Rob, I need a friend who I feel comfortable with. Good. That's a good goal, right? And you're practicing with us, right? Now you know what having a good friend looks like, feels like, right? Had to be so many different people to so many different friends. Yes, I hear you. Exactly. Be yourself. Be yourself. And that's the hardest part, right? That's why we're doing this. Exactly. Our authentic selves. Because of all the hurt, we didn't quite understand. How can I be myself, right? And so we're learning how to do that. Learning, you know, who exactly. We are amazing at you know, exactly, being a chameleon. We can turn ourselves into pretzels, do whatever other people need to be happy, so they will leave us alone or not question or not ask too many questions, right? And maybe then they'll be nice to us, right? I think every person here probably did that to some extent. So we are each of us learning and growing and challenging those old thoughts, those old beliefs, and recognizing exactly it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Like I've shared, I think, you know, my husband was always and has always been really good at taking really good care of himself. Such a blessing to me, and he's always been a runner. And I used to be, exactly, they don't love us for it, exactly. And I used to be so resentful. I was like, he would come home from work and then he'd put on his running shoes and go for a run. And I'd be like, outraged, just like, what do you mean? I've been here home with the kids. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you can't do this to me. Why aren't you helping? This doesn't work, whatever. And then I recognized the reason I was upset wasn't because he was running. He was actually doing the right thing. He was, you know, working hard, providing for us as a family when the kids were young. I was home with the kids, and he needed to take really good care of his body. So he did that. But I was resentful. That the truth is, I had time to do it, but I didn't. I resented him for doing something that I hadn't figured out how to do for myself. And so it was easier to judge him for it and criticize him for it. Exactly. I was projecting. So it dawned on me, oh, wait a minute. So then I started putting my shoes on too. We took turns, right? Sometimes when he got home from school, I negotiated. It's like, hey, honey, would you mind if I go first for my walk and then you can go for your run. Some days, fine, you can go for your run right away, but can we negotiate? And that worked, right? Of course he wanted to support me in taking care of myself. Is that the hardest part was I was willing to do it. I was willing to ask for what I needed and to do that because I knew it was going to contribute to me feeling better about me, right? So some of those points I can look back and say that those were kind of like the key. Yes, compromise really works. Those were like the key things that got me started on really starting to take better care of myself, because I had other people around me that were doing that. I'm like, wow, he goes for a run 4 or 5 times a week? Really? Oh, maybe I should exercise. Exactly. Yep. Yes. So, like I said in the beginning, to summarize, you guys, you already come fully equipped. You came into this world. Yes, I hear you, Sue. In loving relationships, yes. Those things do not work out in abusive relationships. Agreed, my friend. But we are here, as we are here now, right, moving forward, we are reminding ourselves with love and kindness and compassion and support, right, that we are here to reclaim the truth that we've forgotten, that we came in, like I said, fully equipped with everything that we needed in this body to love and feel happy and whole. We had terrible role models growing up and all the things that happened to us along the way, right? But the good news is we're still here. We can still tap into that. And that's what we're working through, one page at a time. Pulling back, like how can I put myself on the top of that list, on the to-do list, right? Of course, if we have little children, we got to take care of them, but how can we make sure that we are taking really good care of ourselves, and so we can be happy and healthy and fulfilled and go after the life that we want today. That's what we're up to, right, guys? Yep, exactly. One page, one day at a time. Exactly. Go team. Awesome. Well, I think that's it for us today, you guys. Any other comments, questions? Oh, you're so sweet. Listen, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Exactly. Yes, my friend, each one of you, you think it's a little light, but let me tell you, you are a lighthouse. That's how strong that light is. And it is just dying to get out. But it's like we can't let it out unless we turn the light inward first. We need to light up in here before we can send it out. So, and we are stoking each other's fires here for the light, for sure. Well, that's it for me for today, you guys. Thank you. So love you guys. You have no idea. You make my day. Always look forward to being here with you. Thank you for the hearts and the flowers. You guys, you know I'm a flower girl and sucker for hearts. So, I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Hope you guys are all enjoying the rest of the evening, and good night to some of you. It's late. I will sort out when we have the time change coming up. See you guys on the Facebook and back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right, guys. Night. Love to you all.